Gentlemen, Berlin is orange. I repeat, Berlin is orange. Once again, anyhow, welcome to Sports Jazz. My name is Isaac. We have Josh, we have Guitar. And as I was saying, Berlin is orange. But before that, fast rewind. Earlier on, we had England playing Switzerland, where Switzerland was beaten on penalties. And before we go into the penalties, Saka's goal, guys. Saka's goal. What a beautiful goal. What a beautiful equalizer. And I think he also took the man of the match. Well, once again, please do subscribe, share our videos, like our videos, Sports Jazz. YouTube guys, please do not forget. And let's dive into it. I have Josh. Once again, I have Guitar with me. I'll start with Josh. Please tell me, what do you think about what's your reaction? What's your analysis? How did you see the game? How did England perform? Why did Switzerland lose? Please, the floor is yours.
Good to be here again. Good to be here. Um, it was a very mature approach from England. The game started. It started well for them. For me, it looked like Bellingham was poised to take the game by the scruff of the neck. He was making runs. He was beating players. He was trying to make things happen for them. The first half was okay for England. They were in control for most of the game, even when Switzerland was pressing and finding solutions to the problems that England was posing. They appeared to be in control. Defensively, they were sound. The 3-5-2 formation did them so good. They had the chance for the first time for Foden and Bellingham to play in the positions that they want to play in. They played centrally. They had 2 10s. The wing backs, Saka and Trippier, were so high up the pitch. It was a positive formation for Southgate, and Southgate is very pragmatic. So I did expect that from him. Though the second half, um, Switzerland wrestled themselves back into the game, and they managed to ask questions, and they got that goal from Brillembolo. The thing though is
The name guy.
England, England
Waiting
still,
here.
yeah, England still appeared to be in control of the game. There was a setback, but you would feel England was about to score. They would get on the score sheet anytime soon. It was brave of Southgate to make the substitutions that he made um, really fast, because he made the substitutions. Then, say 3 minutes, 4 minutes later, they got a goal from Saka. Beautiful goal. They got a goal from Saka. He
Amazing goal.
deserved it because he was their brightest player for most of the game.
Man of the
And
match.
yeah, the problem that I did have with England, much as they were in control, and you would see they approached the game with the respect of a European quarterfinal game. They were beat too slow. They passed the ball, they did the right things, but they were slow up front. Like Kobe Mino would pass the ball to Foden, to Bellingham, to Declan Rice, to Kane, but it was all too slow. It was easy for Switzerland to read those situations and deal with them. Maybe going forward, they just have to pass that ball faster, pick the pass quicker than the defender. Don't give the defender time to think, to pounce on the situation to stop it.
Mm.
Just pass the ball quicker. Then
Thank
the
you, Josh.
penalty.
And
I was so happy for Saka. I mean, like the whole of England was against Saka last time at the Euros when he missed the
correct.
penalty,
When he
the
missed,
last
yeah.
kick, and this time, to me, like the commentator said, it wasn't really hit cleanly, but it entered cleanly, right bottom corner. So yeah, I was
Amazing goal.
happy for them
Amazing goal.
too.
Beautiful
Yeah,
performance from Saka. Man of the match once again. And I saw his comments right after the game. He said something like, last time they had a really, the team as a whole had a very, very difficult period right after the game because remember they lost. And But only this time they are so happy that everything worked out and they are hoping they will progress from the semis to the finals. And yes, Guitar, waiting for you. Everyone is waiting for you. What's your take on the game between England and Switzerland? And who were you rooting for? Because I know Josh is for England.
Oh no,
Well,
I'm for Netherlands. I'm for Netherlands, so I prefer to play Switzerland in the semi-final. I had this gut feeling I was going to beat Turkey. So I would have preferred to play Switzerland because at the end
Mm.
of the day, I want to get into the final. I want to take this home.
Well, Guitar.
yeah, my discussion won't be very far off from what Josh has said. It started as England was started with a front foot. It got a little bit tighter as they progressed into the last minutes of the first half, with Switzerland able to press high up in the final third. Well, England came, although Josh has said 3-5-2, it was more of a 3-4-3 with Hurricane at the tip. And if you know Hurricane from Tottenham, he likes to draw back. So this time he didn't have that freedom of falling back. This helped Jude Bellingham to move forward. I was particularly impressed with Bukayo Saka. This is the Bukayo Saka we normally see in Arsenal. He played. You would feel that he was free to move, and I was not surprised when he scored such a goal because these are the same goals he usually scores. Once he cuts back inside and then just whoops it in the far corner. I was impressed with even the substitutions. Of course, we all were taken up by this new talent, Kobe Mino, in this from the league football. So we always don't want to see him being substituted. I wouldn't say he put a foot wrong, but it's a kind of game where England did not so much, in my opinion, need to defend midfielders since they seem to be attacking more. I was particularly impressed with Easy. I like it, and the fact that when he brought in Luke Shaw, he played the role that, if you notice, that is it Eric Ten Hag had tried to play him in as a sort of like a center half. So it was quite amazing to see. In Switzerland tried to press, but they were not so threatening, except with the goal by Mbolo. I felt they only became a little more attacking when they brought in Shaqiri. On a whole, it was a 50-50 game with England having a little more of the edge. And for the penalties, I would say, yes, it was a relief for Bukayo Saka, having missed during the previous Euro tournament. And, the English press was a bit not so kind to him and Marcus Rashford. But I felt at that time I would blame, again, Southgate. If I remember correctly, Marcus Rashford was brought in as a substitute. He hadn't really warmed up to the game, and sometimes penalties, like I always believe, it's a case of having mental strength, or sometimes it's luck, but also having mental strength. Even the best players miss. We have seen Cristiano Ronaldo missing. We have seen Messi trying a Panenka and miss. So this one, like Josh said,
Yeah,
yes,
but Zach,
in
if
Copa
I may,
America. If I
Please.
may finish, like Josh said, Saka didn't really shoot a good penalty, in my opinion, but it entered, and that's all that matters. Yeah, Josh, you may.
Josh,
Yeah,
you
if
were
I
saying?
may,
You may.
you see, as a manager, if you're on the bench and you're looking for uh, a substitute to change the game, there's you've read the game. Okay, this is in time of game management. You've read the game. You're looking at what can I do now. There was a time when England was 1-0 down. You would think from their bench, what can Southgate do to change this team? At a certain point, I was telling myself, this is Southgate all over again. He's reactive, he's not proactive, he's waiting for the time. But you see, with hindsight, when it comes off, then the manager is the best in the world. I mean, it came off, his substitutions came off. But I felt at a certain point, are you going to bring on someone to change the game? Yes, you have the ball, you're passing it, you're slow, you're what, but what is happening? You're not changing anything. Then he brings on Shaw, Eze, and Palmer. Then the left hand side of England becomes much, much better. The
He's
team
alive
becomes
again.
balanced. Yeah, it becomes alive again. Now they can play, they can pass the ball. Now, when you're going to the uh, dying minutes and you expect the dying minutes of extra time and you expect penalties and you make changes, you all the changes that you make are the best penalty takers that pass the test in training, you know. So even Marcus Rashford at the time at the last Euros and Saka and what, they were up for the task. They had they had passed the test in training to take the penalties. Yes,
Yeah.
the confidence must
Jo-
be there, but
yes.
you can get into it. I mean, like you're on there, like Trent Arnold came on for say 2 minutes to the end of the game. His job was to take the penalty,
And
and he
he has
buried it.
really,
You know,
sorry to
Josh, let me,
it has
sorry, you know, Josh, when you make a substitute, or rather a substitution, say 2 minutes before the final whistle, a player, much as the player has warmed up, he hasn't really warmed up into the flow of the game. That particular bringing in of Marcus Rashford, you could see he wasn't into really in the right mental state. Like he hadn't really, you know, there's that kind of flow that when a player say has come in, gets a shot on target, and it further boosts his confidence, then you know he's dribbling, he's getting winning duels, he's getting corner kicks. That tends to build their confidence, and so when such a player goes into penalties, they are high on adrenaline, and they probably going to nick the goal. If remember yesterday's game between Spain and Germany, I felt German was trying to go for penalties because they had just fought in the last 10 minutes to get an equalizer, and were
correct.
full on confidence that if we go into these penalties, we are
They
winning.
might have a
So
chance.
sometimes that has a mental advantage to the players. But like I said, it's not, of course,
Written in stone.
written in stone. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, real quick, just to add on about what Josh said, I'm happy that Trent came on and scored the last penalty because he's had a really, really, really trying time playing his new role. He's had a lot of criticism. He's been criticized. Southgate has also been criticized. And asking Josh, so do you now believe that Southgate is the right man? Because the last time we talked,
No,
you
no,
said
no,
no.
no, 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 no. I do not. I do not. But
How
what I
about you,
can say
Guitar?
about
Guitar, hold up,
Southgate.
hold up. Just hold up. Guitar, last time you
Yes.
said in Namugoba, is he the right man for the job?
I don't believe Southgate is the right man for the job. But before I go into that, when we were still talking about penalties, while Ikanji is a good defender, I don't
By the
really
way,
know if he's a real good
I
sport
don't even
taker.
understand why he was the first person
And
to take the penalty.
exactly for a defender,
Probably he was the
I
best
can.
in the training. He
Yeah,
was
Maybe,
probably the best player in
you
the
maybe, but
see,
20.
again, he's a
Josh,
defender. There's a
Josh,
huge chance that defender, or rather,
I
a
would
defender is going to miss.
I would rather start with a keeper. I've seen Pickford start last time he started.
Yeah,
Yes,
when they won
because
four,
they tend to
was it
know
6-5?
exactly.
6'5",
They
yeah.
tend to know when a keeper is going to move.
Mm.
Defenders, it's really a tough one. But to answer your question
And his
about
penalty
Southgate,
was weak.
I don't I think like what Southgate's tactics he has changed his tactics from the previous Euros. If you remember, like what I think Amos once said here, he used to play his good back five with, believe it or not, Harry Maguire being one of his his focal points or focal players. I don't. I think Southgate gambles. He gambles, but he's relying so much on individual brilliance. But well, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So sometimes his gambling tactics
Okay.
really work out.
I
Mm.
do
Okay.
believe back on Southgate, you asked
Josh,
me
in
about
30
Southgate.
seconds. In
Yeah,
30
in 30
seconds, Josh.
seconds, yeah.
Mm.
I believe that the time is right for Southgate. He's been to the semifinals 3 times in 4 tournaments. Uh, England has gotten the pedigree right now to maybe win this one. It's just unfortunate they're coming up against the Dutch. So I mean,
Midland.
it might just end there. But they've really done well. I know he's a pragmatic manager. He defends well. He sets up his teams not to be beaten, whereas the Dutch we set up to win the game. So let's wait for the semifinals.
Indeed, let's wait for the semifinals. And once again, guys, reminding you, we are on Sports Jazz. Please do subscribe, like our videos, and share our videos. Moving on to the game that I think is, for me, the second game I've watched. I think my first game was between round 16 knockout between Portugal knocking out who did Portugal knockout on penalties round 16. Round 16 where Christian made the
Slovenia.
Slovakia,
score. Yeah, Slovenia.
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 Yeah, yeah. That was my
Slovenia.
first. That was my most. I know the opening game between German and Scotland was amazing, but I think Portugal versus Slovenia was a really an interesting game. Then today we had Berlin. We had we saw what happened in Berlin, where Netherlands beat Turkey, and majority of the people. But I have friends who were saying Turkey is going to surprise Netherlands, and I myself, I'm a Netherlands fan by the way, but I saw, or rather, I thought Turkey was going, or rather, had an edge. But it came out otherwise. After that goal, after Turkey went, rather took the lead, it's like they pressed a button in the second half. Netherlands was brilliant. Yes, Guitar, tell me, what do you think about that? Rather, what do you
Yeah,
think about the game? Did you expect Turkey to go? Did you expect Netherlands to win?
it was, while it was a 50-50 for me, I came into the game thinking it would be perhaps going into penalties or extra time,
Well, I'm
considering,
so happy because I was tired of penalties. Please
yeah,
carry on.
because if you've noticed, Netherlands from the beginning, they haven't been so solid. They to reach the round of 16, they went as the third best group.
Correct.
Um, uh, Even playing again to reach quarterfinals, they weren't the Netherlands that we have come to know. But well,
We
pedigree
smashed
stories.
Romania 3-0.
Yeah, but you see, I mentioned here that the scoreline did not really speak what was in the game, because
Yeah, because this was
Romania
2-1,
had
but you could
really,
see you
yeah,
played, Netherlands really played so well.
Romania had really
Sorry,
set
Gita.
up well defensively. It's that second goal, if you remember, that really opened the floodgates, and they had nothing to go for. They had to go look for an equalizer, and of course open themselves up. And I still argue that the ref's decision when Romania had decided to counterattack to blow, claiming it was a foul, I still believe it wasn't a foul, and that decision could have affected the game. But that said, I can never write off Netherlands. I believe they have a lot of really good players, and and pedigree always speaks to such tournaments. But the game was tightly close, despite what Josh may tell you, because you can see Turkey had 7 off shots, and they all were equal in terms of shots on target, 4-4. So with the 44 possession, that is 56 in favor of Netherlands. So I felt
some gave Netherlands 60. And
Turkey started well. It's more pragmatic. It plays good. It will absorb the pressure, then try to catch you on the break or counter, and they won't play this what we may call boring football of pass from the keeper, move up front, waiting for you. Because to them, then they see you coming, they absorb the pressure and run. So they were outpacing the Dutch in terms of physical running. But after scoring, it seems that they laid back and thought that strategy would work for them. I felt the substitutions, especially despite what you think, the removal of Steven Bergwijn and bringing in Weghorst really changed the way they were playing. Because if you notice, Depay was their focal player, was their striker or forward. But with the coming in of Weghorst, it moved Depay onto the right side, allowing him to express himself. And you could see, and of course, Weghorst being a big, is he what, 6'3", 6'4", I'm not so sure, but he's tall, very tall and big. Keeps, he's an aerial threat. So that kept the Turkish defense at tenterhooks and allowed the Dutch to play more. The Dutch then, of course, took up the second half. I felt they could even have gone 3-1. Cody Gakpo had that keeper to beat moment, but the keeper was on his game. Despite that, I felt there are some key players that really stood out for me, especially in the Turkey lineup. Of course, Adagula will always be magical. I felt bad when his free kick did not
Josh,
hit
your
the
guy.
post. He really,
oh my
he's
God,
really
what a player!
But there was another player that was really disturbing.
I think Summit has also been good because he scored last time today.
Yes, there was another player who was disturbing the French, the Dutch defense.
The Turkey left back.
Yilmaz. No, there was
Yilmaz.
Yilmaz. He really disturbed Van Dijk and Ake, getting both players yellow cards that Ake had to be substituted. And I was also impressed by Fadi Kadioglu, the left back of Turkey. He was really solid in defense and also going forward. Yeah.
Itazi. I know everyone. Josh. I know everyone bleeds red, but as we speak right now, if they are to cut you, you're bleeding orange. Real quick in
orange
2 minutes.
All the way.
Real quick in 2 minutes, please, because he has said everything. What do you have to say about the win?
We got out of the blocks real good. I mean, the first 5 minutes, I just saw us humiliating Turkey, and it felt like it was going to end 4-1 in the first 10 minutes of the game. But football is played for 90. Anyhow, the game went on, and it was the Netherlands that allowed Turkey back into the game. They grew into the game. They started to ask questions. yes, we did answer at the back. I mean, like they played the long ball. They it's like the tactic they used. They knew they would not play through Netherlands. They may not compete with Netherlands getting the ball possession and stuff like that. So they chose to play the ball fast. Now Yilmaz is really a good striker. He knows pockets of space. He's powerful. He's fast. He really troubled the back line. But Van
Really
Dijk,
trouble the back line.
yeah, Van Dijk, they did well. They did well. But we did win the game in the end. But I wasn't that happy with the performance because we didn't approach this game like a quarterfinal of a European Championship. We played this game like an international friendly or a Nations League game. I mean, we were sloppy. We we were
The first
passing the
half
ball
was so
purposefully.
boring.
Yeah, no, we passed the ball purposefully. We got into the positions, but the players they hung on
Kept
to
on
the
losing
ball
the
for a
ball
bit too long.
too much,
Yeah,
and they kept on
we were
dropping the
Possession.
giving it
ball.
away sloppily. Yeah,
Uh,
Memphis
West
sorry,
was a bit
Memphis was
annoying.
trying things.
Annoying.
Travis Simmons was trying things, but they were not looking for the pass to kill off the game. That is why I have a problem with the tactics that we have. Our strength is in taking care of the ball. Our strength is not in chasing people around and what. No, take care of the ball. Have a very good shape defensively when you're on the counter
I
and stuff. And we didn't do
Josh,
that.
Josh, I think also, you see, I've noticed something when teams are set up in a way where, for example, Turkey had a back five, and whenever they clog the midfield, it seems and the Dutch seem to have problems. I think maybe really miss De Jong because that midfield
Yeah, we do. We
of
do.
Xavi
A
We do.
lot, a
Xavi
lot, a
Simons
lot.
is
We
not so
do.
solid when it
Yeah,
has
Shoten, Reinders.
physically strong people
No,
players.
maybe the inexperience. It's true. You can say the inexperience in the midfielder with Reinders, Shoten, and Xavi. I
Mm.
mean, they never picked. Uh, by the way, they did not lose the ball that much, but they played a bit safe. You know, they played a bit safe and didn't look for passes that uh, break the lines. Yeah, for Memphis and all these players to get onto the ball. Now, when they did that, Memphis, Chavis Simmons, they 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 didn't attack this game like a European Championship quarterfinal. It's like they were playing an international friendly, and at the end of the day, we shall win the game anyway.
Yeah, one other thing I want to add is if there's anything that Coman got right today was bringing on Vegas. He really
Oh yeah,
changed the game. He
Yeah.
made his impact was felt. You know,
Plus Van der Veen. Van der Veen was
yeah,
good
Van der Ven also.
defensively.
yes,
Yeah,
There are
yes,
two chances that I felt the Turks could have, nicked an equalizer, and Van der Veen was,
yeah.
solid at the back. Yeah.
Though
well,
those last ditch tackles are where Van der Ven actually helped us out, but bringing on Van der Ven gave me the confidence that now Yilmaz will not actually have any more of those bust runs that he had
Yes,
earlier on in.
because he's fast. Yeah, he's really
Yeah,
fast
he's
as well.
fast. Van der Ven is super fast, and he was fresh. This one had played about 70 minutes or so. So I got confident we would win that game. And the introduction of Vegas in the game and taking out Bagwin, Vegas, the Turks are very tall. Memphis
Yes.
was being hustled all the time he was in the ball. He was just hustled. Cody Gakpo, everyone up front was just hustled
And
off the ball.
Memphis is a player that really loves to hold on to the ball, pick it
a
up,
lot.
and
Mm.
and move on the right or
He
the
likes having
mostly
more
on
than
to
a
the move
touch.
on to his
Yeah,
right
but
and
the
then
mismatch,
move.
the
So
mismatch at the back.
With Vegas, he's your box kind of player who will just be inside the box, while Memphis, who was playing as a forward, comes out of the box. So with the taking off of Steven Bergwijn, it meant Memphis could be free onto the right, and Vegas play that role, the physical role, but stay within the 18-yard box. Yes.
True.
Okay,
But we are through to the semifinals.
that's correct.
Yeah,
Netherlands is through to the
I'm waiting for
semifinals.
a congratulations from Sports Jazz.
No, it was a really, really, really
Congratulations.
brilliant. It,
Yeah,
it was a
thank you, thank
brilliant
you.
game. I enjoyed everything. Congratulations to the England fans.
Orania.
Congratulations to the England, rather
So
to the who to the Netherlands fans too. So real quick,
semifinals.
yeah, semifinals on Tuesday, July 9th. We are going to be having Spain versus France, and
France.
yeah, France. Then on
France.
Wednesday, 10th July, we are going to be having Netherlands versus England. So, guys, no analysis, just give me who you're rooting for. Spain versus France. Guitar, you first.
I don't know. I'm not rooting for. I always root for France, but this time round, because I love
Those guys have
beautiful
no
football.
goal from open play, and they are right into the
Exactly.
semifinals.
I'll go with what Josh said. Mbappe, this tournament has not been the same. He claims that, as you noted out, sometime that without Paul Pogba, the other players don't seem to understand his kind of play. Of course, I'll still give it to Spain, but tournament football is difficult,
Mm,
and that's why we love football. Anything can happen. I'll
yeah.
I'll give it to Spain. This time, France will get their open goal, so let me give it a 2-1
Okay.
win
All
in
right.
favor for Spain.
Okay. Josh.
I want to answer your question in twofold because you asked who I'm rooting
No,
for.
no, it's okay. Who do you think is going to win, France or Spain?
Who do I think? Who do I want? That's a twofold.
No, you might want
This
one. Okay, who do you want? Who do you want? Because you might want some.
Yeah,
You might wish or want
I
Spain
would
to
rather
win.
no.
Mm.
I want Spain because I'm Dutch and Netherlands is playing England. So if we go through to the final, I would rather play Spain than France.
So in other words, you're already saying on the other side, Netherlands is going to beat England, right?
I cannot not root for myself.
No, no, you just said you want Spain to go through because when
Yeah, because
and if Spain goes,
on the other side, there's no
Spain,
questions. I want us to get over the line over England.
if
Now,
if
okay,
who
Spain
guitar,
do I
go
think?
through,
in
if
5
Spain go
seconds.
through, if Spain go through, and they meet you, the Dutch, just know Spain is going to win it. But if France goes through and you meet them, you will beat France.
Guitar,
Netherlands
in
will beat
5 seconds.
France.
England, and Netherlands. Who do you think is going to win?
Uh, I would, what I would love, I would prefer Netherlands to win because they will never hear the end of it if the English win. But I'm thinking with the way Netherlands is playing, England
That's called
will need it. So it will be, I'll give it a 1-0 win for England, though
for
I would prefer
uh,
it the other way around.
Josh. You had that, right? You had that.
Yeah,
You had
yeah.
that. So anyway,
Actually, now I answered one bit of your question. They want. Now I can ask. I can answer the thing.
I know. Let's wait. Let's wait for
For
next
the
time,
thing,
guys.
the final, France versus England.
Okay. All right. Your final is France versus England.
Not
That
my
would be really nice.
final. The thing. Just what I.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, thank you guys. But real quick, I wanted us to dive into, just to give the results. Between we shall come back next time. Copa America is also happening, and we had Argentina on Friday beating Ecuador in a game where Argentina really, 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 really struggled. Like really, really struggled. They beat Ecuador on penalties. 4-2, where Messi also missed one, and Argentina's keeper, who happens also to be Aston Villa's keeper, Martinez, came out as the Caesar of the game, saving penalties and carrying Argentina on his back to qualify to the semifinals. Then we had yesterday Canada
Venezuela.
beating Venezuela and Canada 1-1, went into the penalties, and Canada won 4-2. And today we have Colombia versus Panama. Okay, today, and we also have Uruguay versus Brazil, which I think is going to be really, 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 really,
That's
really
going to be a
What
amazing.
a
very good
game!
game.
What a game!
It's going to be Uruguay versus Brazil. I myself am a Brazilian fan, but I know Uruguay is a hard nail to bend, especially in
Especially
the
at the
Copa
Copa
America.
America.
Mm.
I'm rooting to watch Ugarte. I want to see how, because he seems to be gaining traction in terms of transfer news with Manchester United, and rumors Real Madrid were also, trying to hear more on the news following his,
Look at Josh shaking his head.
transfer. So, with what Josh said,
There's no
so
reason.
it will be
There's
an
no
interesting
reason.
game.
You see, there's no reason why Madrid would sign Ugarte. Maybe because Tony Kroos is leaving,
But
but
remember
why?
what you said last time. You said
They're just greedy.
sometimes Florentino is not even Perez is not even looking at them, and guys
He's not
just
even
want to
looking
force
at
their
them.
way into
Once their
Madrid.
agent hears that it's a possibility, they're like, yo, how high can I jump?
Perhaps they
Anyhow,
use Manchester United as a scouting, as their scouting team. That way, if Manchester need him, we can get him.
I know we can get to
anyhow, guys, thank you for those who always tune in to watch. Thank you for those that subscribe and share our videos, share the links, like our videos. I stay Isaac, Josh, Guitar, and please once again subscribe to our channel, Sports Jazz. Guitar, please say bye-bye to our viewers.
Bye-bye.
Itazi, Josh, I'm sorry, I keep
Netherlands
calling
is
you
winning the Euros.
the
Don't
orange man.
forget that the first part is here.
The orange man says, see you till next time, guys. Ciao. Very soon we will be coming back.